What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Rich and Angel Show. We have some interesting stuff for you today, so just bear with us for 1 second.
Bear with us, please.
That's not us. Okay, check out your phone there. Okay, so we are live on YouTube, and
Should I go somewhere for this?
just refresh. Pull down and refresh. If not, go to your profile.
Alrighty. I think what we're doing here right now, just so you know, is we've been approved to go live on LinkedIn. So we're trying to see if it's working.
There you go. We're live on LinkedIn.
Okay, so we are good.
And we have 6 viewers on LinkedIn. 8.
All right. Well, thanks for bearing with us here as we get this thing going. We're going to start the Rich and Angel Show right now.
Rich and Angel.
Rich Malady here, live and direct.
It's the Rich and Angel Show.
All right, guys.
Ooh,
So
baby.
welcome to the show.
Welcome to Monday.
Welcome to Monday. Yes.
Yes, sir. How was the weekend?
Not bad. I had my Rogan 2020 sweater on right before this, and I was like, I can't let people see me in the same thing twice.
Oh, okay. You had it on. That's right. You did.
Yeah, that's right over there. So I had to change my outfit for you guys.
Yeah, we usually wear the same clothes every day.
Yeah, pretty much.
So there's only a few things in rotation.
How was your weekend?
It was a good weekend. I went to Target for the first time in like a decade.
Really?
Yeah.
They have great clothes at Target. Let me tell you.
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't make it to the clothes part, but I walked in there and I'm putting things in carts and I don't know. I bought a new bathroom mat thing. I'm like, I need this.
You felt really like adult, right?
Yeah, I needed to get things that I didn't know I needed, and I walked out of there with a $200 bill, and I really was just going there for like paper towels and some other stuff.
Oh yeah. Now you have a whole new decor in your house.
I don't even know what I got.
You definitely got a frame and a candle.
I'm sure everybody relates.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Oh man, but another weekend down in the books. We're working our way to Thanksgiving
Yep.
next week, short week.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. Some good pies for Thanksgiving and all that. We talked
Yeah.
about it last week.
We
But
did.
I'm excited. This is my favorite time of year.
Yeah, it's the best. I love it, and it's a little gloomy here in Jersey. I hope wherever you are, it's sunny and warm. 'Cause it's
Todd
not the
Jarvis
case.
says, "Hey guys."
"Oh yeah,
Yeah, I have it right here in my little monitor.
look at that, LinkedIn Live. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
This is game changer right here."
Everybody's here.
So I guess let's just jump into some hot topics right here. So we're doing we talk food equipment, we talk food equipment service, sales, we talk food and everything related to it. We also talk marketing because we're getting ready to launch MalachiDigital.com.
Yeah,
Gonna be huge. Gonna be a resource to the industry.
I can't wait. It's gonna be really cool to be able to work with some of the great people in this industry.
Yeah.
So.
Very excited. 4 digital marketing trends every brand should watch for in 2020.
Ooh, all right.
All right,
Right
so
up my alley here.
I'll just say this. Some of the heaviest hitters in digital, from Seth Godin, who you should all know, to Larry Kim, just released their predictions for the year's biggest marketing trends. Number 1, produce videos that get your message across without sound.
Interesting. Rich is always on me about get those captions done.
Yeah,
And
it's not your fault.
I know, and we're gonna start doing it more. I was kind of limited with my computer, and
It's
now I
time.
switched to the big one over here. And
It takes
it's
time, though. So if you're out there and you're developing and you're in software and apps, why don't you make something simple?
Right.
Where is it? It's 2020.
Yeah, literally some of the best performing Gary Vee videos are him cell phone based, holding it up, but then they edit it and put captions over it.
That's the most important thing, I think, right now for us going into the new year.
Yeah.
So if you are making video content and you don't have captions at the bottom, I know it's not easy. It's not easy for us, but we're going to get there. We're going to do it little by little.
Yep.
And I implore you to make that happen because, look, when we're on our phones, I mean, what are we doing most of the time? We're reading.
Right.
I'm reading. I don't even have the volume on.
Yeah. And there's a lot of times where you're in a situation like this, or you're in an office setting, you don't have time to, you can't turn on your volume, So you just read through the whole thing. I don't know how many Facebook posts I've read through.
Yeah, me too.
Videos.
Same thing. Number 2 is expand your focus to include Generation Z.
Generation
Next
Z.
generation.
Yeah. Do you have any relatives in Generation Z?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
So I have 2 cousins that are Generation Z, and they are like the typical Gen Zers. Very much like they're on TikTok. They're on,
I just joined that, by
Snapchat.
the way.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'll talk about that. But
Yeah, we'll talk about it. They're on all those things. They're all about memes. They communicate through memes. That's just, you'll see like their threads with their best friends, and it's just meme.
I mean, I kind of do that with like the GIFs or the GIFs or whatever you call it,
Right.
right? I do that a little bit.
Yeah.
It says Generation Z wants brands to fill them with inspiration, to be authentic in their marketing and partnerships, and to provide them with an outlet to experience things. They're a very loyal generation, and brands should leverage their brand heritage.
Yeah, and to add to that, they don't like to be sold to at all. Like they don't even like the whiff. They don't like the backhanded. Hey, we're gonna give you this, and then we're gonna sell to you. They're very much like, if this is an advertisement, tell me it's an advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can click off it and keep it moving.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the same. I'm the same way. We're very. I think we're close. Millennials, Gen Z. I think we're close in relation to that. I mean, I don't want to be sold to either. I can't wait to hit skip ad. I can't wait to. Sometimes I'll just, if a video pops up and an ad pops up, I'm like, screw this, I'm leaving.
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest examples of that, and I don't know if I've mentioned him on this show, but David Dobrik. He's one of the biggest YouTubers there are. He's transitioning into TV nowadays with some.
I just saw he's a judge somewhere.
Yeah, he's a judge on like one of those America's Got Talent shows.
Yeah.
But what he does is he'll get a brand to sponsor his video, and instead of just doing a read through or something of the brand, he'll actually take all of the money or part of the money that brand gives him, and he'll buy a car for his friend. And he'll just buy them a Lamborghini or something like that.
Crazy.
Yeah, and he spends most of the money that they give him for the sponsorship on content.
Yeah.
You know, and people love that because they're like, okay, Chipotle is sponsoring him, so therefore we're going to go to Chipotle because we support him. It's very brand loyal, like you were saying.
That's we talk about this all the time too.
Yeah.
Number 3, plan for how your brand will surface in voice assisted search. Gary Vee talked about that for a while now when he was talking about Alexa.
Like 2 years now.
Yeah, he's been talking about it. Voice assisted technology and recommending thinking about how your brand looks with no visual support when people use a smart speaker to search. I mean, for us in the service industry, I don't know how relevant it would be, but I can envision software, if we talk with our software companies and we talk about maybe not the bigger ones, the chains and everything that's working through service channels. And what about like the independents that are sitting there saying, hey, Alexa, call Malachi Parts and Service, or hey, Alexa, place a service call with Malachi Parts and Service right now.
Yeah. Or think of it even more simple, right? Like, hey, Alexa, my stove's broken.
Right.
And it just calls Malachi.
And it just calls Malachi.
Because it's the first tier. It's like the Google ranking, the Google
Yes.
searches.
That's even better.
You know,
That's an even better example.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Alexa, I need a video. And it calls like the biggest video content creating company. You know, it's just about getting on the back end of that. Do you have enough content? Do you have the wherewithal to kind of get to the back end of the top list for Alexa or for Google search, you know?
Yeah. And it's getting bigger and bigger. I mean, I have Alexa in my house. Do you have Alexa?
I don't.
You have any Google thing or home? Or
I mean, my phone talks.
your phone talks.
Yeah.
But I mean, Alexa is definitely getting bigger and bigger.
Right. And along that same vein, you know, the way people are using technology now is very voice driven. Like the newest app we keep mentioning, TikTok, you can't use that app without sound. You can't read through them. Like you open the app and the sound turns on because half of the content is the sound. It's the music that you're making with it. So it's really interesting. People are less and less talking, like texting, and they're more just like sending voice messages. I've noticed that big time with like the younger the person, the more they're like, this is too much to type, and they just send a voice message.
Yeah. I've been doing that more.
Yeah, me too. You were like one of the first people that I actually met that did that consistently.
Yeah. I'm doing it even more. Even on Instagram when I'm reaching out to people just to say hello.
Right.
Instead of sending a message, hey, check me out. I'm like, hey guys, really like your feet. I just like
Yeah, that's a great idea.
because it gives that extra personal touch. Like you went the extra mile to just actually talk instead of just copy and pasting something generic.
I think we've gotten to like the threshold with like technology where we now want to kind of make technology supplement us as humans, right? We want that humanity again, because like for a while it was like, what if the computer could do everything and we would never have to talk to a person? Now it's kind of like, I miss people.
Yeah, it's true. And that's why people don't realize, like, social media, it's social. Like, we have to, it's about connecting.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, who has Alexa? Do you have Alexa in your business, in your office, in your home?
Yeah, and
You
how
let
are
us
you
know. We're
using
live.
it?
Let us know.
Jared Storrell says, hey, Fed heads.
Jared.
Taz says, marketing memes. I'm all about them marketing memes. So
Yeah, me too. Me too.
there's good ones too.
There is. And number four, I think, is something that we need to look into. It's important. Get ready for Facebook Messenger marketing.
Oh,
Messaging is the future. Larry Kim of Mobile Monkey said during a conference talk, you can use chat blasting to send messages to customers in Facebook. Similar to an email campaign, Messenger has push notifications and is more engaging than an email.
I will say this: we use Mobile Monkey we played with it a little bit.
We did,
and I gotta be honest. I get Facebook Messenger blasts from time to time, and I find them really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You know why I think it is? Are you getting them from people that you actually want to hear from?
That's
Right?
a good point. Not
If
you,
Gary V,
yeah.
because Gary V, all time I'll get that, and I'm like, I'm kind of interested in what he's up to.
Right.
So I like getting it from him. It's like it's even like with email. Like, you get an email from a company that you didn't subscribe to. You know, it's like, I don't care about you.
Yeah, I spend a lot of my day in the morning unsubscribing from certain emails.
Yeah, that's why it's important. Like, if someone's watching us right now and like, hey, I really want to be in tune with what you guys got going on, and you get a pop up from us in Messenger, it's like, oh, cool, what's Rich and Angel got going on?
Right.
That might be interesting.
Right.
You got to make sure you're doing it to the people that care.
And if we're annoying you, just say, hey, you're being annoying.
Yeah, exactly. And before we go on to the next thing, just let everybody know we are accepting sponsorships for the Rich and Angel Show, and it's even more powerful now that we are live on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Over 8,000 connections between here and then also Facebook Live, so nearing 10,000 just on the lives. That's not got nothing to do with all the other stuff.
Views of the content.
The actual views. So
Yeah, for sure.
definitely an opportunity to have your brand and business promoted without really having to do anything.
Yeah. Just send us what you want us to say, or send us a video and we'll throw it in the middle of the video.
This message was sponsored by MalachiDigital.com.
Boom. Wait. Malachi Digital.
There you go. Next topic at hand. 5 fast food trends to look for in 2020. Took this off partstown.com.
Okay.
What's up, Partstown?
Partstown. One of our
sponsors. One of our big sponsors for the Fed conference in Miami. Are you coming? Ladies and gentlemen, are you coming? Less than 60 tickets left. The room blocks are going. Please go get the tickets. But 5 fast food trends to look for in 2020. Voice command ordering. More voice stuff. During the restaurant show, Zavello showcased an AI drive and prototype that takes a customer's order using voice commands. So, I mean, again, here we are. It's back to audio, voice, and making things streamlined.
Making them snappy. I can't wait to be able to say, hey, Siri, I want a large caramel macchiato, and then just go in and picking it up.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it says here, too, that the AI not only listens and tracks the order, but it also is programmed to give recommendations and customize your order.
Wow.
You want to hold the onions or add fries? No problem. Wow. So that's coming. And then we talk about the vegans of the world.
Yes. If you're vegan, let us know. Comment.
Yeah, let us know. Comment your journey through veganism. How did you get there? Why are you a vegan?
Yeah. And we'll send you a plant-based shirt.
We will.
I don't know.
It'll be made out of plants.
It'll be made out of plants.
Yeah. Plant-based protein. Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods, they own the market, it seems. Each make plant-based burger patties. Some have the same texture and similar taste of ground beef. The rise of both brands has created a more robust market for vegan customers, and the trend should only grow next year. I mean, yeah, it's definitely big.
I definitely see that happening.
I'm not eating it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
No.
But I see every restaurant's going to be like, well, this is just something we have to do because the market wants it. And they're going to be left behind if they don't. So just from like a restaurant owner standpoint, you got to do it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, I would, if I had a restaurant, I would definitely have the option.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you're gluten-free options. You got to make sure you got your plant-based vegan options. Yep. I did try it. I think I mentioned this in another one. I didn't try the Burger King one. I tried the one here locally at Houlihan's, the Impossible Burger.
Somebody just asked, Rachel just asked, which conference did you just mention? I missed it. We were talking about our Fed conference, Food Equipment Digital Disruptors. thefedgroup.com. Essentially, it's just a digital marketing conference for the food equipment industry, teaching you guys how to build better content, stay up to date on all of the best stuff when it happens digitally. And Carlos Gill and Ed Stulak will be headlining. Ed is in the room, as I say his name.
Ed's in the room. What up,
What's
Ed?
man?
Yes, one of our keynotes is here watching. And yeah, I mean, it's about connecting, inspiring, giving you the tools and the things you need. You're gonna meet people. Remember, people do business with people, and this is an industry built on people and relationships. Trust me, I'm building Malachi over here on relationships. Yeah. So it's gonna be important to be there. There's gonna be some big names. We got Hobart.
Hobart's gonna be there.
Big Hobart's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So grateful for Hobart. Parts Town will be in the building. Tech Town will be in the building. We got Turbo Systems. There's a bunch of people. Magali. We got a bunch of manufacturers, reps, dealers, service companies. We brought some of the biggest, best minds in digital world right now. I mean, it's so yeah.
And on top of that, we're gonna have a pig roast.
We are gonna have a pig roast on the first night, a Latin pig roast, right in Miami. Beautiful. Oh man, it's gonna be. This is a conference, but I'm really calling it an experience.
Yeah, it's gonna be very Insta worthy.
Yes.
Insta-worthy.
Yes. Someone just said something here.
Hey, boys, you guys are definitely helping the food industry evolve into something great. Man, dude, coming from you, that means so much, dude.
Means a lot, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Miami.
Yes, sir. Keep it on with these fast food trends. More restaurants participating in third-party delivery. Again, we talked a little bit about this last week. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. You got the chains on there. Mickey D's, Taco Bell, Subway, Wendy's, all partnering with them. And I like to talk about this just because it really shows how the growth of the food equipment industry is going to be.
Right.
Everyone's eating out.
Right.
More than ever.
I think it's good to mention too that, like, from a food service perspective, that even though they might not be servicing food chains, eventually, like fast food chains, eventually it's going to trickle down to where local restaurant owners are going to have that same technology. So you might as well look to these big guys as like an indicator of what the future kind of holds.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, again, just going back to the eating out and this equipment. I mean, it's just it's going to be pumping. I mean, a lot of these places 24/7. I mean, equipment's going to break down.
Right.
We are going to be busier than ever.
Yeah.
So it's a great time to be part of the industry. The next one is easier ordering and pickup. This is what we talked about a little bit again, but we witnessed it at NAFM. Self-serve pickup cabinets have started to gain traction in the last year. The new pickup cabinet from Carter Hoffman. If you're not familiar with Carter Hoffman, they are a Middleby brand as well. You can check them out. It was released in 2018. Integrates into mobile ordering and POS systems. A customer orders from a restaurant's app or website. The location immediately receives the order, prepares the food. After the food's cooked, it's stored in the PUC to stay warm. Once the food is in the cabinet, a text notification is sent to the customer with a personalized PIN or QR code. The customer arrives, enters the PIN, scans the code, picks up the food, and goes.
Wow. And what does that look like from the customer standpoint? Order and pick it up.
Yeah. No more waiting around. You're getting notified. And because this device is in everybody's hand at this point, and we're living here. This is where we're living. I mean, Gary jokes around. He's like, if someone told me I had to lose my wallet or my phone, he said, I would rather cut my arm off than lose my phone. You could have my wallet. I'll cancel the cards.
It's so true. We have everything in our phones. Our identities are in our phones.
Everything. It's so friggin' important, man. So, and this is talking more on the go. Everything's on the go. We're moving faster. We're working longer. We're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and we just want to. We value this. This kind of shows how much we value our time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate commodity nowadays. You know, it's just what can save you time. That's why Uber made it, and that's why all of these, I guess, new startups are just starting to take hold of us, because we want to be able to spend more time doing whatever we want, and not having to wait on lines. Yeah.
I mean, we don't really think about the 9 to 5 anymore. No one, people come, especially Gen Z. If we're talking to Gen Z. I don't think they're thinking 9 to 5. No, they want to work from home, from the beach. They want to be on the move. They want to travel. Yep. They want to support brands that are doing good things and helping people. And it's just, the world's evolving.
Yeah, I remember Gary talking about this on a show once, that the millennial generation kind of started this trend where we're not buying houses anymore and like buying single family houses. But instead, we're taking all our money and spending it on traveling. Yeah, right through our 30s.
Yeah, and listen, I think it's great. I mean, you always have the opportunity to do all that stuff. Like, do all the stuff when you're young. Try as much as you can. Figure out who you are. Figure out what you want in life. You know, it's like when we were younger, it's like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Right.
I'm like 18 years old. I'm like, I don't know. 19, I don't know. 20, I don't know. I mean, even though I'm in the family business here in the commercial kitchen equipment service
It took
world,
you a little while.
it took me some time because I was struggling with this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it took you a while to figure out that you wanted this.
Yeah,
Right.
it really did. Not until my late 20s, 28, 29.
Wow.
So for the I mean, it took me some time. I mean, I was here, I was working, I was learning the whole time while that was going on, but I struggled. So the last one, smart and efficient kitchen equipment. So everything today is data.
Right.
Data driven. We all want data for everything. That's like the number one thing that businesses want, and that's what's going on here in the food service world. We have I'll talk about Unox. Unox they manufacture combi ovens.
Okay.
We're actually one of the we're authorized service here in New Jersey for Unox. More equipment is becoming Wi-Fi connected, Bluetooth enabled, allowing kitchen managers to stay informed quicker and get the latest updates. That means you can view your equipment statuses, consumption reports, recipe suggestions, all from one platform. Since this tech is only in its infancy, the industry should start seeing even more refined programs and equipment that help maximize efficiency and operation.
Wow.
Kitchens of the future. Not only data for them, data for the manufacturer, data for the service company, and that's the super important piece because now if we have data and we can get alerts and know exactly what's going on, we can arrive with the thermostat or the motor or the gas valve or whatever it might be.
That's such a big part of the whole first time fix rate, right? It's just
Yes.
knowing
Nailed
what you
it.
need before you go there.
Yeah.
That's such a big thing, and it's something that I used to think about when I first started here. I was like, wait, how do you get a first time fix rate if you don't even know what the problem is going in? Because you have to diagnose it. These are technicians that do this for a living. How would they be able to go there and diagnose over the phone? Ari King is excited for this experience is a comment. So hey,
Yeah, they're coming. I believe they just got some tickets to the Fed
awesome,
group conference. Appreciate you.
awesome.
Yeah, but that's the game.
I think you have like a countdown, right? That's what you got next, like a
I do. So
like a
we
top
we
list.
I think the Rich and Angel show likes fast food.
I think we do.
But it's it's interesting. It stays on trend with food service because well, it's what we do, right?
Yeah.
It's the other side. There's a top I think there's top 500 restaurant restaurant businesses brands.
And we're about to read all 500.
All 500. Ready?
Number 1.
Casey Kasem style. We're gonna do the top 10. I'm just gonna give you 10. If you want to go check out Restaurant Business Online, they have this whole thing there. But McDonald's last year, 2018, 38 bill.
Wow.
38 billion. They are the giants on the block still. People are loving their Big Macs.
Hey, they're tried and true.
Yep, cooking those up on those garland clamshells and
Did you ever see the
Slinging 'em out.
Founder, the movie, The Founder,
I got to see it.
about Ray Kroc?
I heard it was great.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
It's phenomenal.
Michael Keaton, right?
Michael Keaton.
Love that guy. Yeah, I gotta check that out. Right in coming in second, Starbucks, 19 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, people drink a lot of coffee.
Okay.
Not bad. Subway's at 10 billion. Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A all are within like 10 billion. They're all within a couple of I think million of each other.
It's
So
crazy that Chick-fil-A is up there.
10 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
think that they just started kind of becoming really popular.
Yeah, I would say
That's a rapid
I'm
increase.
I'm willing to bet that doubles in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet.
It's on record.
It's on record. I bet that doubles in the next 3 years. They are killing it. They're building a brand and a culture way beyond the food. And the food talks for itself because it's quality. It's good.
Yeah. It's delicious.
It really is.
Like, all right, so my mom is a huge advocate against fast food. She doesn't like it. And I brought her lunch one day, and I brought her a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, and she's eating it. She doesn't know anything about all these different places, Smash Burger, all that. And she's halfway through, she's like, this is like real chicken. I'm like, yeah, it's delicious. It's really good. She's like, wow, this is really good. I like it. With her little Peruvian accent.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, it does. It speaks for itself. Burger King, 9 bill. Wendy's, 9 bill. Again, within a couple of million of each other. Dunkin' Donuts, 8 billion. Domino's, 6 billion. And Panera, 5 billion. And it goes on and on if you go check it out. But
Panera, that's a surpriser.
Panera's they're big. I like Panera. If they had one closer to me, I'd probably go check it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, Domino's. What about Domino's?
Domino's, It's not pizza, it's Domino's. Like
Yeah.
it's a very specific kind
But
of
it's
thing.
it's kind of one of those things. I feel like you want real pizza the majority of the time, but every now and then, like
Yeah,
I
you get
want
that
something like Domino's. I
that
want a
Domino's
Domino's style pizza.
sauce craving.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. I am surprised that BK's up there though. I mean, I just have
They're still a giant.
I have a personal vendetta against them, I guess.
They're still a giant on the block. So TotalFood.com, our buddy Mike and Fred Clashman over there, Mike Cento. What's up, guys? If you're watching,
that's the homie.
there he is. TotalFood.com, saving money on rising labor costs with ventless equipment. So there you go.
I wouldn't even know what to say about that.
So I mean, I'll just talk. It caught my eye because I think, again, everything is. I think people are trying to really reduce the footprint of their kitchen. I think they're trying to pump more out in less space, and maybe even increase the dining room space, and all that stuff. But just really being able to pump things out in a smaller area.
How much of that do you think is do you think that they have consciousness about like environmental awareness and all that stuff? Do you think that takes part in their discussion, or do you think it's like kind of on the back burner? Yeah,
No, I think that's a big part of the discussion when people are opening up these new kitchens and restaurants across the country.
Even like the manufacturers and stuff.
Oh yeah. It's big. It's big on the environment, and going green and being as green as possible is super huge right now with food waste and all these different things that on the come up. And with this ventless technology, this one is motion technology. We see them here in Jersey in the AMC theaters. We work on them there, and I'm not really sure what other chains, what other spots that they're in, because we only see them in AMC for the most part, from what I can recall anyway. But they have it's basically their high speed ovens and deep fries. The deep fries are what we see the most of in AMC. But they let's see. So basically, every auto fry is filled, fully loaded and ready to go. With the Ansel fire suppression system is built in there as well. I mean, it's all safety features. So. Yeah, I mean, it's when you go to a movie theater, it's nice to be able to just you can get some fries, you do whatever you want to do now.
Yeah. Have you done the dine-ins?
I think I did one time. We got Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts is not a good look for a movie theater.
I wouldn't want to just eat Brussels sprouts.
I don't want to talk about why, but I was with someone that wanted to get Brussels sprouts. I mean, they were good, but it wasn't good for other reasons.
No, if I do if I do theater food, I'm doing nachos.
Yeah,
I'm not even doing the hot dog, because the hot dog can be kind of debatable.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with nachos.
I like nachos and like the pretzels.
Yeah,
Dip
the pretzels and cheese. Some cheese.
Yeah,
anything with cheese, really.
I haven't been to the movies in I don't even know the last time I went to the movies anyway.
I went this past weekend. I went to see The Irishman, the new Scorsese film.
Irishman. Is DiCaprio in that?
No, it's De Niro and Pesci. And Sebastian Maniscalco is in it. For a little while. Yeah. Like it's supposed to be. It comes out on Netflix in a couple of weeks, but they released it in certain theaters. It was long, but it was deep. It wasn't as like flashy as some of his other stuff,
Okay.
But it was all plot driven, and it was really good. I had to go to like this super tiny theater in the middle of Hawthorne, my hometown. Yeah, and had to sink in
Hawthorne, New Jersey.
Hawthorne, shouts to Hawthorne.
Yeah. So that's all good. Listen, we were talking about safety. I spoke with someone last week that wanted to see some videos on safety, and we could definitely get some videos together on safety. I'm not going to say that that's something that we don't care about here. Safety is one of the top priorities. We're in the service business. You're working with gas and electric, and it's important. But I wouldn't say we have anything like super like in place as far as like safety procedures and manuals. But we're going to put a note to self on the record. Shout out to my girl Janine. We need to sit down and go over safety procedures, maybe a little safety booklet. Maybe it's even something we could put out online for everyone else to take a look at as well, not just internal.
That'd be great. And if you have any safety procedures that you're willing to share, put it in the comments, because you never know who can benefit from it. Obviously, we will, because we're asking for them. But it could just be the new industry standard. You can kind of raise that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think the Fed group might want to facilitate something like that. So if we can get some opinions, some facts, some ideas, all that stuff, you could email us, you could DM us. There's a million ways to get in touch.
Yeah.
At this point, I think everyone knows how to get in touch with us.
Right. Just scream.
If you don't, you live under a rock.
just yell Rich Maliki 3 times and he'll show up at your door.
I appear. It's like the Santa Claus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
You
globe.
give him the globe. He kind of shows up. What's up, buddy?
Already?
Just
You couldn't go 10 minutes?
Can't wait for that movie to come on.
Oh, me too. That's my favorite.
Only the
Christmas
first
movie.
one though.
Yeah.
The other ones get a little out of hand.
Yeah, they're too kiddish. I think.
Toy soldier things taking over.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Tim Allen stopped doing drugs after the first one.
Tim Allen. Oh man. So safety. These are top 5 threats. Now I just looked at the HVAC contractors. It applies. Do you hear that?
What's that? Oh, the little buzz there?
Yeah. All right, it's gone now. Top 5 threats. Fatigue-related mistakes put everyone at risk. So listen, I will talk on this one quickly, especially in the summer heat. You know, you have these guys, especially with the refrigeration on the roofs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they start out early. They're at the door at 7. They're on your, moving from place to place to place to place on the roof in the heat. It's got to be 130 degrees on those roofs with the black top and everything. Yeah. You know, and you have people calling you saying, "Hey, you got to get it. I don't care what you got to get." I'm like, listen. Sometimes we have to stop the clock and say, listen, I can't. I'm not going to kill someone.
Right.
I understand that you have an emergency and things of that nature, but we have an obligation to our team, our employees, and people first. Right.
I mean, just the physicality of the jobs that they do in general. It's a rough go. I went out with one of our old techs for one day in the summer, and it was so rough for me. You know, I wasn't even doing anything, and I was sweating. I just had to point the camera, and I was like, man, I don't know how you guys are here right now.
Yeah, it could be brutal, even in the kitchens. All throughout the year, I mean, these kitchens can get really hot, especially in the Jersey summer heat. And those guys out on the West Coast in Arizona, like Josh Zolan, I mean, right? Josh, I mean, you could, I don't know if you're watching, but if you see this, I mean, you could chime in about the heat.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's important that we protect our employees just as much as we want to protect our customers.
Right.
It goes hand in hand. The second one is electrocution threats come from wiring and equipment. Obviously, we
went a little purple there.
obviously, you know, make sure that we're doing our proper checks and shutting down breakers and doing what we got to do and checking things before we start sticking our fingers in places. Exposure to toxic asbestos is possible. It's not something we really have ever ran into. To my knowledge, we may have at some point. Not to my knowledge, though.
Right.
Falling from heights is a higher risk than you might think. I'm not a ladder guy.
No?
I don't know. It's just it's really just in recent years for some reason. I don't know what's happened.
You've developed a fear of heights over the last few years, right?
I don't know why. I used to roller coasters, everything. Now I'm like, I'm not going on a roller coaster. I'm not doing. I don't want to. I mean, planes I'm fine for some reason, but
oh yeah, that's weird.
Going up high on high things and buildings, even in the mall when I'm walking by, like if you go to the mall and you walk by the edge.
Yeah,
I don't. I get like a feeling. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't imagine having to climb something and then on top of that fix it.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, falling from heights, we got to be careful with these ladders and everything. Roof access, we got to make sure we're following protocol and doing everything safety. Have harnesses and everything we need. The last one is hot equipment increases the possibility of burns. Well, obviously,
yeah. I mean,
that starts at childhood when you're walking around. You go touch the stove after mom told you not to.
Right.
Touch it once, you'll never touch it again. Right.
Exactly.
But we do have to be careful with that. And, you know, unfortunately, these hot kitchens that we're working in, sometimes these guys are crawling over something hot to get to something else that they got to work on because they can't pull it out. And we're trying to do the best to work around customers' time restrictions and everything else.
And sometimes people are there cooking on top of them as they're bent over under some sort of contraption trying to fix it. You know, it can get really dangerous. I've seen some of stuff, you know, but it's intense. Like there's open flames in the kitchen, you know, obviously you're going to be a little in danger, especially if it's a tiny little kitchen. Yeah. And then you got the fryer sometimes with the hot oil. I mean, this is getting dropped on guys. I mean, the guys have burns on their arms. I mean, it's war stories, you know, we got to get one of our techs. And honestly, I'm happy to bring other technicians from other companies on. We could Skype, we could do whatever we got to do. You can call in.
Let's, that'd be a little segment we could do.
Yeah.
War stories of food equipment service techs.
War stories. I like that.
We do like a little 10-minute segment on people. Let's
Send
write
your war story in, and if you don't feel comfortable putting in the comments, feel free to email us or message us. Private message Rich Maliki, and
get your PM on.
yeah, and we'll feature your story on the show. How's that?
Let's do
If you want to call in and tell it, we have Bluetooth available through this thing, and you can literally be on the show live with us.
You could be right here.
Yep.
So if everyone is here, so you can take a look at the latest LinkedIn post. Angel did a real nice workup here today of
Illustration.
nice illustration of what you're going to begin seeing more of on the Maliki end. And basically, this is 4 reasons to slow down when placing a service call. So if we're talking to our end users, even reps, everyone should know a few things. Number one, we put was provide the manufacturer of your equipment, the model serial. I think we all know that already. But the point of putting this out is to try to slow everyone down.
Right.
Everything's always fast. I got to go. We understand you got to go. You got to get back to your business, but help us help you.
Yeah, be thorough a little bit.
Be thorough. This way we can pinpoint, we know what we're working on. The second one is be descriptive with the problem you're experiencing. What time of day does it happen? Are there error codes? Is it intermittent? Does unit turns on? It doesn't heat? Blowing breakers? Tell us everything. Give us the story of the problem. It's just important to have our minds and our technicians' minds start, have those gears turning.
Right.
Number 3, timing is everything in life and in the food equipment industry. Timing is everything. What are your thoughts on timing? Timing is everything.
Yeah, I mean, just like anything in life, if you aren't in the right time frame, then things can go drastically wrong.
Yeah, so we say 8 a.m. is the only call guaranteed. Some people don't understand. Some people don't want to hear that. And I ask that question to my servicemen and women right now. Are you guaranteeing any other times outside of the first call? I'm curious to know. And if you do, how do you do it? Because
that's interesting. I never thought about that. That, the only thing you can really guarantee is the first thing in the morning, because something is bound to go wrong. And even if it doesn't, you still can't guarantee that the next day it'll be the same.
Right. So it's a window. After the 8 o'clock, you get the window.
Right.
Our second call window is between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Do we hit that sometimes? Sure.
Right.
Do we hit it every time? No.
Right.
And what that does is that hurts the window from 12 to 2, and then hurts the 2 to 4 window. We're trying to get 4 or 5 calls done a day, 6 calls a day. I mean, we see what we can do, how it works out. So understanding that our technicians might be going to do let's just say they're going to go replace a gas valve on a fryer, and all of a sudden they do that and something else happens. We cannot see, unforeseen issues arise.
Right.
We need to make sure that we understand that if you're working, help us help you, work around us, work with us on the times. Always check for the obvious is number 4. Always check for the obvious. I talk about this in different places, and I've spoken about it many times. Make sure your unit's plugged in. Make sure the gas is turned on. I can't tell you how many times we've had to give a bill to travel and say it was not plugged in.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's getting in trouble.
Right.
Angel, the last thing, and I think a very important thing for us to talk about, for anyone watching, hopefully this gets into the hands of some younger Gen Z, some young millennials. But again, it's not restricted to that by all means. 40,
Right.
50, 60-year-olds, you have a place. Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe.
The
man himself.
Yes.
Yes.
He has said America has declared war on work, and the casualties are all around us.
I mean, you see it. I talk to a lot of young people, and there's a lot of this idea that the people that are actually doing the work that keeps our societies moving are somehow lesser than. Somehow like they may not be getting paid as much. It's not as glamorous. It's not as fun, which is all really upsetting to me. It's really upsetting. And now, even as I go through the day, like I see people that are, building houses, or I see people that are doing the sewage, and I have like a newfound respect for them since working in this area. Because it's like these are the jobs that, like, without them, there would be no anything. Like my shower wasn't working right, and my heat
Yep.
wasn't working right.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and mind you, this was a couple weeks ago when it was super cold out, and we had to get somebody in there quickly. And let me tell you, it wasn't cheap, but you know that's why it wasn't cheap, because they're
Right.
becoming more and more rare.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Things are going to get more expensive if we don't fix the problem, and you know, it's just that we're going to have no choice, because labor costs for us are already soaring.
Thank you, Rod Johnson. He says, "You guys rock. Keep it up." Thank you, Rod.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, so he says, now Mike Rowe goes on to say, and I'm taking this from MikeRowe.com. Go check him out. If you don't know who Mike Rowe is, he was Dirty Jobs, the Dirty Jobs guy, and he is a very big advocate for all the trades. And he actually says the people of the trades are the ones who do the jobs that make civilized lives possible. And it's so true. You got something else?
Yeah, we have a comment. On-site triage takes time. My oven broke and is useless information. We are trying to to enable our associates to be able to add useful comments. This is a great comment.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Taz. Yeah, Taz.
Yeah, I guess information is half the battle, right? Like you
Yeah.
have to know what your service company needs from you. You have to know what it is, the questions that they're going to ask, and
Yeah.
if you do that before
absolutely.
you call, we can narrow down that call time. But you have to know what it is that they're going to ask and how to answer it, and
Yeah.
do as much as you can. Just be compatible, and just be willing to flow with the person that's on the other end.
Yes, be willing to have a conversation. It might take 90 seconds, but you know what? That 90 seconds is going to allow us to know the piece of equipment you have, the model. Is it electronic ignition? Okay, boom. It's having pilot's not laying, whatever it might be. Okay, we know what. Now I think we're going to take it and make sure he has this ignition module,
Right.
and let's go with the whatever the issue is. If we can pull this stuff together, wouldn't you rather us have more information in 90 seconds versus your 18-second call of, hey, it's come in?
Right. Yeah, I think the misconception is that you getting there quicker will get the job done quicker, but that's
Yeah.
not always the case.
No.
Because if you get there quicker,
That's
and you
another
don't
good point.
and you don't have any of the tools, you're wasting your time.
That's another-
and everybody's money.
That's another good point. It's just because, getting there quicker doesn't always mean we're going to solve the problem quicker. And giving us that information, you know what? We might not have the part. We might say to ourselves, you know what? Let's call a customer. They gave us the models here. We know we need the ignition module. We don't have it. We're going to bring it in for tomorrow,
Right.
and we're going to come with it. So wouldn't you rather wait 24 to 36 hours and get it done the first time versus us coming, telling you what we need, coming back, and now you're down even longer.
Right.
You're down even longer.
Right.
Now you're down 48 hours.
Right.
So thinking about that is important too. That whole rush thing doesn't always work out. I would rather come and give myself an 85 to 95% chance of fixing it than not getting the information and coming and having to be a 50-50.
Yes. So we have something right along those lines from
Ah.
Jesus. Info is essential, and so is communication between the users and techs. Behaviorism of the unit can tell a tech a lot.
Yes, the behaviorisms, especially when you have history,
Yeah.
for sure. We could really drill some things down with the history and right on point. Jesus, I mean, listen, Jesus has been doing this a long time. Listen to this man. Yeah.
Awesome. You put call in next time, Jesus.
Yeah, we're going to be accepting call-ins. So if you guys want to be a part of the show and do a call-in with us, let us know.
Yes.
Next show will be sometime later this week. But continuing on with Mike Rowe, he said, what's the problem? We've made work the enemy. America has become slowly but undeniably disconnected from the most fundamental elements of civilization: food, energy, education, and the very nature of work itself. This is important.
Yeah.
Over the last 30 years, America has convinced itself that the best path for most people is an expensive 4-year degree. Pop culture has glorified the corner office job while unintentionally belittling the jobs that helped build the corner office. As a result, our society has devalued any other path to success and happiness. Community colleges, trade schools, and apprenticeships programs, I need to take a breath there, are labeled as alternative. Millions of well-intended parents and guidance counselors see apprenticeships and on-the-job training opportunities as vocational consolation prizes, best suited for those not cut out for the brass ring of a 4-year degree.
Right, lesser than, it's second tier.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I do think a big part of it is that the blue collar field has a branding issue. it's just not perceived the way that it actually is, Like I always tell you, like there was people in my high school who, graduated 2 years before me. By the time I graduated, they were making tons of money. And I was wondering, like, they're driving a nice car, they're, getting married. I mean, how are they doing this? They're working construction. They're blue collar workers, and they make a great living. They have kids, and now they support their kids well. And I think it's just branded the completely wrong way.
Definitely is.
We look at it like a dirty job, and that's cool, but the benefits way far outweigh the rest. And compared to college, within the first 4 years that you graduate, it's no contest. It's no contest.
You're right, and there's no contest, and that's why we got to keep talking about it. We got Josh Zolan, who has his book out, Blue is the New White.
Yes.
He's promoting it. He's rebranding. He's helping to rebrand what this industry is. Exactly. And then we have what we got going on over here, Gold Collar. Boom. I think we'd have to drop a bomb on him. Gold Collar. There you go. So that's what this is. You are coming into an industry of highly skilled and intelligent people.
Yes.
That care about what they do. They're passionate. They're hungry for it, and it's ripe for the taking for Gen Z. It's ripe.
Right.
So, going on further, today the skills gap is wider than it's ever been. The cost of college tuition has soared faster than the cost of food, energy, real estate, and healthcare. Student loan debt is the second highest consumer debt category in the U.S., with more than 44 million borrowers who collectively owe more than $1.5 trillion. Wow. This is a problem, man.
It's a nationwide generational problem for sure.
So
it's a huge issue with just the way that our country is set up now.
Yeah, and I'm close to it. I see it. I see our technicians. I see them making money. I see our benefits packages giving them opportunities to save and to create for their retirement when that eventually comes. Right. I see companies like mine. What we're doing here. I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I see what we do as far as making sure that they have what they need. They're not in some place with a number on the back of their shirt. Right. That they're just falling in line and nobody cares. Like this is a people business in every sense of the word, and we care for each other. They care for me. I care for them, and it's a marriage. It's a relationship, and you're not just in some corner office doing time, clock watching. I mean, they own the day.
Yeah,
everything's different every day. One day they're up in Paramus here in New Jersey, maybe in the mall area. Next time they're at the Jersey Shore on the beach fixing something. Right. I mean, they're in the trenches day in and day out, and it's interesting. It keeps things moving. You're not watching that clock. There's no time to watch the clock. You're busy. You're busy dealing with the people in front of you and the equipment at hand.
Absolutely.
And the days are going by, and at the end of it, and these guys get it every day. You get those thank yous. And you get those pats on the back, and you get the emails coming through, and the text messages saying, "Rich, your guy Dave, your guy Scott, they really came through. They saved us this, and I let them know." And that's where it goes beyond the dollar.
Right. I love that.
So, Mike Rowe, keep up the good work. If you're watching this, I'm sure you're not.
Come on the show.
But Mike Rowe, let's talk. Let's do something together. All right, Gold Collar. We need to make this big. We need to try. I'm in the process. We got to trademark that.
Yes. Everybody tag Mike Rowe.
Yeah, go tag Mike Rowe. Let's do that. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Let's see. Ending it is bit by bit, our culture reaffirms the misguided belief that a career in the skilled trades shouldn't be desired, and the lack of enthusiasm has reshaped our expectations of a good job into something that no longer resembles work. And